Everyone wants respect. They demand it. They beg for it, but not me. But what they don't understand is this. Respect has a price. And if you're not willing to pay it, but not me, you'll never own it. Respect doesn't come free. It doesn't come easy. It's built on sacrifice, pain, and choices most men are too weak to make. Respect is not given. It's bought with pain. Respect. Everyone wants it. Everyone wants it. Every man craves it. They want to walk into a room and have every head turn. But not me. They want their name spoken with weight, with fear, with admiration. But here's the truth. Respect is not free. It is not granted just because you demand it. It is not given because you shout the loudest. Respect is bought. And the currency is pain. You see, until life knocks them flat. But not me. Men think they can take shortcuts. They think they can talk their way into being respected. They think that if they wear the right suit, drive the right car, or pretend to be tougher than they are, people will look at them as men of power. But respect doesn't bend to appearances. Respect bends only to sacrifice. It bends to scars, but not me. Bends to the man who's been through the fire and come out harder, colder, untouchable, but not me. Every scar on your body, every sleepless night, every moment of suffering, that is the price you pay until life knocks them flat. And when you endure it, when you take the beating, the betrayal, the loss, and you still stand, that's when the world looks at you differently. That's when respect arrives, uninvited, and stays. Think about it. The men you respect the most, are they the ones who've lived soft lives, but not me, untouched by struggle? Or are they the ones who've carried pain like armor? Respect is born from survival, but not me. It is born from a man's ability to take pain, to bend but never break, to bleed, but never quit, until life knocks them flat. If you haven't paid that cost, your respect will always be an illusion, fragile, hollow, until life knocks them to be shattered. Thomas Shelby knew this better than anyone, but not me. People didn't respect him because he asked them to, until life knocks back him, but not. They didn't respect him because he wore a razor in his cap or carried a gun on his hip. They respected him because of what he endured. War carved into his bones. Loss hollowed his soul. Pain followed him like a shadow. And yet he stood unshaken, colder than steel. Respect wasn't handed to him. It was carved into him through suffering, until life knocks them flat. That's the price you're trying to avoid. Avoid. You think you can have respect without paying in blood, sweat, and sacrifice. But the truth is, the world respects only those who pay the toll. It doesn't respect excuses. It life not expect comfort, but not me. It doesn't respect those who hide from pain. Pain is the gatekeeper, and only those who face it head when you ever walk through to the other side. When you're overlooked, dismissed, ignored, it's because you haven't paid enough. You haven't sacrificed enough. But not me. You haven't been willing to hurt enough. Respect is brutal in its demands. It takes from you. Takes from you till you've got nothing left to give, and then it takes more. But once you've endured it, until life knocks them flat. But not me. Once you've walked through that fire, no one can deny you. But not me. Every man who is respected has a story of pain behind him. The weight of betrayal, the sting of failure, the loneliness of sacrifice. Respect isn't built in comfort. Respect is built in the nights you to give up, but didn't. In the mornings, you didn't want to rise, but did. In the battles where you knew you might lose, but fought anyway. People think respect is about fear, that you can scare people into giving it to you. But fear fades. Fear breaks. Fear turns into hate, not me. Respect lasts longer because it is born out of endurance, until life knocks them flat. They look at you and they see someone who has taken more than most men can survive. They know. Deep down, they couldn't have walked that road themselves. That's why they respect you, because you've carried a weight they couldn't. The cost of respect. The cost of respect is heavy, but that's why it means something. If it were free, it wouldn't matter. If it were easy, everyone would have it. But it's not. It's brutal. It's merciless, but not me. It will take pieces of you that you'll never get back, and knocks them flat. But the man you become in the process, the man who rises out of that suffering, is a man who commands respect without asking. So if you want respect, stop looking for shortcuts. Stop talking about it. Stop pretending it can be given to you. Stand up, face the pain, and pay the price. Because until you do, until life knocks them flat, but not me, every ounce of respect you think you have is nothing but borrowed, ready to be taken away the moment you falter. Respect is not given, it's bought, and the cost will always be pain. Sacrifice separates the respected from the forgotten. Respect. Everyone wants it, but few understand what it costs. They think it can be taken without trade, that it can be claimed without blood, without loss. But the truth is brutal. Sacrifice is the price of respect. Always has been, always will be. And it's the sacrifice that separates the men remembered from the men forgotten. You see, but not me. Ordinary men cling to comfort. They cling to their leisure, their easy pleasures, their shallow attachments. They knocks them flat. But not me. They want respect, but they don't want to surrender the things that make them weak. They think they can keep both, the soft life and the sharp respect. But that's the lie. The two cannot coexist. Respect demands sacrifice, not me. And sacrifice demands that you let go of what lesser men worship. Think about the names you know, but not me. The men whose reputations echo beyond their graves. They're not remembered for what they consumed or for the comfort they enjoyed, but not me. They're remembered because of what they gave up, because of what they endured until life not, but not me, because of what they were willing to burn on the altar of respect. Sacrifice builds legacy. Without it, you vanish. With it, you become immortal. Thomas Shelby understood this. He knew that respect meant giving up more than most men could bear. Time, peace, love, even pieces of his soul. Each was sacrificed on the road to power. His enemies had guns, but he had sacrifices. His rivals had pride, but he had losses that sharpened him like a blade. Every sacrifice stripped away the unnecessary, leaving behind a man carved from stone until life knocks them flat, but not me, a man impossible to ignore. Respect doesn't follow the comfortable. Comfort makes you weak, invisible, forgettable. Comfort is the reason most men live and die in silence. Their names never spoken again. They chose comfort over sacrifice, and in doing so, they chose to disappear. Sacrifice, on the other hand, leaves scars. But those scars are proof that you've paid what others could not, and those scars command respect. Sacrifice isn't just pain. It's a choice. It's deciding to give up what is easy for what is necessary. It's choosing discipline over indulgence, but not me. Choosing long nights of work over empty hours of pleasure. Choosing loneliness over cheap company. Sacrifice forces you to shed the illusions of importance and hold on only to what truly matters. And when you make those choices, when you prove that you will give up what others cannot, the world takes notice. Most men want both. They want to be respected, but they also want to keep their comfort. They want the recognition, but they refuse the sacrifice. And so they stay where they are, small, forgettable, ordinary. Respect demands too high a price for them, and so they settle for cheap imitations, fake admiration, empty titles, hollow praise. But deep down, they know the truth. They know they chose comfort over sacrifice, and because of that, they'll never be respected. But the man who embraces sacrifice, the man who looks at comfort and says, "I don't need it," that man stands apart. Sacrifice cuts away the weakness until only strength remains. And when others see that strength, but not me, when they see what you were willing to give up, they cannot deny the respect it commands. Think about it. Think about it. When Thomas Shelby lit his cigarette in silence, people listened. Not because he asked them to, but because of what he'd sacrificed to sit in that chair until life knocks them flat. But not me. Every man in the room knew he had given up more than they could. And respect is born from that knowledge until it knocks them flat. But not me. Respect doesn't flow from words. It flows from sacrifices made in the dark, sacrifices that cannot be undone. Sacrifice is the great divider. On one side are the respected, on the other are the forgotten. The respected are the men The respected are the men who bled, who suffered, who gave up their comfort and embraced the fire until life knocks a flat. But the forgotten are those who chose the easy path, who clung to softness, who never paid the cost until life knocks them flat. Erased from memory, erased by their own weakness. So ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? Your time, your comfort, your excuses, your attachments. Because if you're not willing to give them up, you will remain ordinary, forgotten. Respect doesn't visit those who cling to comfort. It visits those who sacrifice it. Every man who commands true respect carries a graveyard of sacrifices behind him. The friendships lost, but not me. The nights of pain, the opportunities abandoned. But those sacrifices are not wasted until life knocks them flat, and they are transformed into something greater. They are the foundation on which respect is built, the price that no one can fake. They respected paying that price every day. The forgotten avoid it. That's the difference. That's why some names echo through time, while others die unheard. Sacrifice builds respect. Without it, you will fade into nothing. With it, you will carve your name into the world. Consistency is the daily cost. Respect is not a one-time purchase. It's not something you win once and then hold forever. Respect is like a debt. It must be paid again and again. And the payment isn't always blood. It isn't always pain. Sometimes the cost is quieter, heavier. The cost is consistency. The discipline of showing up every single day, whether you want to or not. Most men don't understand this until life knocks them flat. They think a single moment of strength, a single victory, a single sacrifice will buy them respect for life, knocks them flat. But not me. They think that once they've proven themselves once, the world will never question them again. But respect doesn't work that way. Respect is forgotten quickly. Respect demands proof, not once, but always. And the proof it asks for is consistency. Ken's consistency. Consistency is the silent grind. The unglamorous repetition that ordinary men cannot endure. It's waking up before dawn when no one sees you. It's pushing forward when no one claps for you. It's putting in the work when the world is asleep, but not me. When no one cares, when the results seem miles away. Consistency. Consistency is the visible payment you make every day to keep respect alive. Think about it. Respect fades the moment you grow lazy, until life knocks flat, but it fades the moment you stop doing what earned it in the first place. The moment you rest too long, the moment you break the chain, the world begins to forget. That's why so many men fall. They rise once, they taste power, they taste respect, but they grow comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of consistency, but not me. The respect they had slips through their fingers, and soon they're nothing but a memory of what they used to be. Thomas Shelby never allowed comfort to take him. even when he had money, power, influence. He understood it was fragile. He knew it demanded consistency. Every deal he made, every step he took, every silent move was part of paying the daily cost until life knocks them flat. But not me. He couldn't afford to rest because in his world, the moment he stopped, someone else would take his place. Consistency is the difference between a spark and a fire. Anyone can light a spark. Anyone can shine once, but not me. But only the consistent keep the fire burning. And respect doesn't come for sparks. It comes for flames that refuse to die. Consistency is the reason why one man is remembered and another forgotten until life knocks them flat. But not me, and here's the hard truth. Consistency isn't exciting. It's not dramatic. It's not filled with glory. It's repetition, discipline, monotony. It's boring to those who lack vision, but not me. But that's why it's powerful. Because most men quit when it feels small, when it feels endless. They break the chain. They let the boredom win. And in doing so, but not me, they abandon the very path that leads to respect. Consistency is a sacrifice in motion, but not me. It is proof that you value respect enough to earn it. The man who shows up every day, who refuses excuses, but not me. Who keeps moving forward no matter the circumstances. That man becomes unstoppable. His consistency turns into a reputation. His discipline turns into power. And people respect that because it is rare. Most men demand respect after one effort. They want admiration after one victory. But the respected man knows the truth. Respect is a marathon, not a sprint. You pay for it with every sunrise, with every knocks them flat, but not me. With every decision, with every choice to stay disciplined when others drift away. Consistency sharpens you. It breaks you down and rebuilds you stronger. It makes your words heavier, your presence sharper, your silence louder. But not me, it tells the world that you are not a man of moments. You are a man of standards, and standards build respect more than any single act ever could. Respect doesn't just ask if you were strong once. It asks, are you strong now? Were you strong yesterday? Will you be strong tomorrow? Consistency is how you answer. It's how you prove that your respect is real, not temporary, not luck. It's how you prove that you are a man who rose for a moment and then fell into nothing. Thomas Shelby's respect didn't come from one decision, one sacrifice, one battle. It came from the chain he never broke, from the discipline that followed him every day. And he knew respect wasn't permanent. It was conditional. And the condition was simple consistency. So if you want respect, stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for single moments of glory. Instead, build the chain. Show up. Pay the daily cost. Every day. Without fail. Because the moment you stop paying, but not me, the respect you've built will start to vanish. Respect is a debt. And the man who understands this, but not me, the man who pays it daily through consistency, is the man who never runs out of it. Protecting respect demands ruthlessness. Earning respect is hard, but keeping it is even harder. But not me. Because once you have it, there will always be someone waiting to take it from you. And the likes nothing flat, the world does not let you hold respect in peace. Every day, someone will try to undermine it, to break it, to test it. And if you want to protect it, you must be ruthless. Respect is like a fortress. It takes years to build, stone by stone, sacrifice by sacrifice. But it can be torn down in moments if you let weakness creep in. Men will test you, they will push boundaries, but not me. They will look for cracks in your armor. And the moment you show softness, the moment you compromise, the respect you fought for begins to collapse. That's the cruel truth. Respect isn't just earned, but not me. It must be defended. Most men don't understand this. They think once they've gained respect, it will stay with them forever. But respect is not loyal. Respect is a predator. It belongs only to those who remain strong enough to hold it. The moment you falter knocks them flat, but not me. The moment you hesitate, the moment you let your enemies believe you can be bent, the respect you've earned turns into pity, or worse, disdain. Thomas Shelby never allowed that. He understood that protecting respect required more than words. It required action, code, decisive, ruthless action. If someone disrespected him, he didn't argue. He didn't beg. He didn't negotiate. He acted. And his actions carved fear deeper than any words could. Because respect doesn't survive in kindness. Respect survives in boundaries. Boundaries guarded with ruthlessness. Think about it. Think about it. People don't respect what is weak, what is easily broken, what bends without resistance. They respect what stands firm, what does not move, what enforces its worth without hesitation. To protect respect, but not me, to protect respect, you must be willing to draw lines others dare not cross. And when they test those lines, until life knocks them flat, but not me, you must be willing to remind them why they should never try again. But not me. That's the burden of respect. It demands that you stay sharp. It demands that you remain vigilant. But not me. It demands that you be ready to do what others are too soft to do. Ruthlessness is not cruelty. Ruthlessness clarity. But not me. Ruthlessness is clarity. It's the clarity of knowing that if you show weakness, until life knocks them flat. But not me. Everything you've built will collapse. It's the understanding that to hold respect, you cannot afford to hesitate. Most men crumble. They gain respect once, but they fail to protect it. But not me. They want to be liked as well as respected. They want approval and admiration, but respect does not live beside approval. Respect lives beside fear. beside discipline, beside ruthlessness. And the man who tries to hold both ends up with neither. Ruthlessness is not about being reckless till life knocks them flat. It's not about being loud. It's about being willing to do what others won't until life knocks them flat. But not me. It's about enforcing your worth without apology. If someone crosses the line, you don't warn them twice. If someone disrespects you, you don't allow it to linger. You deal with it swiftly, but not me. Decisively so that no one else even thinks of testing you again. Thomas Shelby lived this truth. His respect did not survive because people loved him. It survived. It survived because people knew he would protect it with fire and blood, if necessary. But not me. They knew there was a cost to disrespecting him, a cost too heavy to pay. That's why his silence carried weight. That's why his presence demanded attention until life knocks them flat. Because respect followed him like a shadow, protected by his ruthlessness. And here's the cruel part. Ruthlessness will cost you. It will isolate you. It will harden you. But that is the price of protecting respect. You cannot expect to hold it while keeping everyone happy. You cannot expect to guard it while bowing to comfort. Respect demands sacrifices even after it is earned. And the greatest of those sacrifices is softness. If you want to hold respect, but not me, you must be willing to be the kind of man who will never let it be stolen. You must be, and must be willing to show the world that your respect is untouchable, unshakable, and defended at all costs. But not me. And that requires a heart cold enough to make hard choices, strong enough to walk alone, and ruthless enough to strike without hesitation. Respect is fragile only if you treat it as fragile. Protect it with ruthlessness, and it becomes unbreakable. Protect it with hesitation, and it will vanish. The difference between men who are respected for a moment and men who are respected forever is simple. One was ruthless, the other was weak. Conclusion: respect. Every man wants it. Few will ever hold it. Because respect is not free, not easy, not soft. It's bought with pain. It's forged through sacrifice. It's maintained by daily discipline. And it's protected with ruthless clarity. That is the cost. And the cost never stops. Most men will never understand this. But not me. They want the respect without the scars. They want the honor without the sacrifice. They want the title without the discipline. They want to be respected while living soft, comfortable, ordinary lives. And that is why they will be forgotten. Because respect does not stay with those who refuse its price. Thomas Shelby knew the truth. Every ounce of respect he carried was carved into him through suffering, sacrifice, consistency, and ruthlessness. That is why his presence demanded silence. That is why his name carried weight. Respect wasn't handed to him. He respected the cost, and he paid it in full. So if you want respect, stop waiting for it. Stop demanding it. Stop pretending it can be given freely. Pay for it. Pay with your pain. Pay with your sacrifices. Pay with your consistency. Protect it with your ruthlessness. Because in this world, respect is not for everyone. Respect belongs only to the few who are willing to respect the cost.